And the burial date for late Christian Chukwu Emeka Chukwu, who captained Nigeria's 1980 African Cup of Nations winning squad and later coached the team, has been announced by the family. According to the family, his burial has been scheduled for Saturday, 16th August 2025 at the family ancestral Obe. Chukwu was in Nigeria's senior team that won bronze medals at the 1976 and 1978 AFCON finals in Ethiopia and Ghana before leading the squad to play on home soil, to glory on home soil in 1980. He was named player of the tournament. Born on 4th January 1951, Chukwu coached his darling club, Enugu Rangers. They played for only one club in his career, and then coached the senior national team of Kenya, nicknamed the Harambee Stars. He was named head coach of the Super Eagles in 2002 and led the team to finish third at the 2004 AFCON finals in Tunisia.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has officially announced July 31st to August 7th as the date for the National Open Athletics Championship, scheduled to take place in Abeokuta, Ogun State. The confirmation came from the Federation's newly appointed Technical Director, Gabriel Okon, who recently succeeded Samuel Onikeku in the role. Okon made this known during the World Press Conference of CA Under 18/20 Athletics Championship in Abuja. The championship will serve as a major platform for top-tier domestic athletes to compete and may also influence selection for future international engagement. It is expected to attract elite and emerging talents from across the country, covering a wide range of track and field events.
And still on athletics, we tell you that Ofili, Rosemary Chukwu face world best sprinters at the 2025 Sprint Classics coming up in Texas. And the Nigerian superstars Favor Ofili, who is talks are on that she's changing her nationality to Turkey, which is yet to be completed, and Rosemary Chukwuma have been confirmed for the 2025 ATX Sprint Classic scheduled for Saturday at Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas, where they will go head-to-head with some of the world's fastest sprinters in the women's 100 meters event. Ofili returns to track for the first time since making global headlines in May, when she shattered the women's 150 meters world record at the Adidas Atlantic City Games with a blitzstering 15.85 seconds. The 22-year-old speedster, who also holds the Nigerian 200 meters record at 21.96, remains one of the most versatile and dominant forces in global sprinting. Her 100 meter season's best of 10.94 seconds makes her one to watch in Texas, while Chukwuma, on the other hand, enters the meet in red-hot form. The 23-year-old clinched a season's best of 11.03 seconds at the Star Athletics Sprint Series in Florida earlier this year, booking a spot at the 2025 World Championship in Tokyo. Her explosive victory there underlined her status as a key contender in the Nigerian sprint setup this season. The women's 100 meters field at the ATX Sprint Classics is stacked with talent. Alongside Ofili and Chukwuma are some of Africa's best, including Olympic medal Gabi Thomas, who comes in with a season's best of 11.00 seconds, as well as the experienced Alia Oops and Kylie White, who also lines up for the 200 meters, where she holds a strong 22.2 0.01 seconds this time season.
And of course, we can tell that in a bold display of readiness and growing momentum, the Nigerian Arm Wrestling Federation has officially released its 272-member team list for the 14th Africa Arm Wrestling Championship, scheduled to hold in Abuja from July 23rd to July 27th, 2025. The team, which includes elite male and female pullers, para-athletes and youth prospects, was unveiled following an intensive national selection process. The athletes are now camped and undergoing final preparations at the TDC camp in Abuja, FCT, which will serve as the official pre-championship training base, signaling the country's all-in commitment to hosting and dominating the Continental Showdown. The announcement comes just 29 days before the championship, as anticipation rises across the grassroots sports community and Africa's growing arm wrestling circuit. Nigeria, a two-time host of the championship, is fielding its largest ever squad, featuring pullers from all 6 geopolitical zones, unified by a combination of raw strength, technical finesse, and national pride. Speaking on the development, Engineer Samuel Jackson, President of the Nigerian Arm Wrestling Federation, described the release of the team as a powerful symbol of Nigeria's preparedness.
And away from there, we tell you that the Tigress unveil preliminary roster for the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro Basket, and that the Nigerian Basketball Federation (NBBF) has officially released the preliminary squad list for the Tigress as preparations begin in full swing for the 2025 FIBA Women's Afro Basket in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. The Queens of the Court, who are set to defend their continental crown, will kick off camp with a series of structured activities highlighted by the much-anticipated homecoming games. The NBBF has reiterated its commitment to assembling the strongest lineup possible to keep Nigerians' dominance alive at the African stage. Yes, away from basketball stories, let's quickly take this and we tell you that the 23rd African Fencing Championship as African Egypt claims first medal as Nigerian athletes shine. The 23rd African Fencing Championship began with a great fanfare at Charterhouse, Lagos, as top teams across the continent demonstrated their prowess. Egypt secured the first gold medal of the tournament, reinforcing its position as one of Africa's leading fencing nations. Team Nigeria showcased a commendable performance with rising talents, Wisdom Okonlawon, and the Indogeset siblings Mahadi and Mahathir progressing to the knockout stages of the men's individual AP event. Despite facing more seasoned opponents in the preliminary rounds, the trio exhibited impressive skills and resilience. Veteran fencer Adegbola Babade, the oldest member of Team Nigeria, also reached the round of 32. However, all Nigerian competitors were ultimately eliminated in the knockout rounds by more experienced adversaries. Mahathir Indogeset, who was narrowly defeated by world junior champion Mahmoud El Sahad in the round of 32 remains optimistic.
From fencing, we are going to the camp of Black Queens of Ghana now. Black Queens of Ghana head coach Kimlas Bijogreen is anticipating a stern test against the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Ghana are set to face their perennial rivals in a friendly fixture in Casablanca on Sunday. Bijogreen's side secured a 3-1 victory over Malawi in their opening friendly last week. They followed it up with a 4-2 win against Benin Republic in another preparatory match on Wednesday. The clash with the Super Falcons is expected to be the most challenging encounter in the build-up to the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations. The Super Falcons are placed in Group B, where they will contend with Botswana, Algeria, and Tunisia.
We'll quickly take a commercial break and come back to give you more stories making rounds in the world of sports.
The Mountain of Fire and Miracle Ministry Southwest 2 Mega Regional Headquarters present a 4-day Deliverance of the Blood program live in His Blood. Date 26 to 29 June 2025. Time Thursday 10 p.m. Friday 4:30 p.m. Saturday 9 a.m. and on Sunday 7:30 a.m. Featuring deliverance from long-term affliction, sickness, marital problem, and joblessness. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ìsọjí ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́rin ti ìjọ Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministry Southwest 2 Mega Regional Headquarter tóṣù yìí tún ti kó láti ọjọ́ kẹrìndínlọ́gbọ̀n títí di ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù yìí. Venue is the Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministry Southwest 2 Mega Regional Headquarters Auditorium, MFM Bus Stop, Iwo Road, Ojo Expressway, Ibadan. Ministering Pastor Paul Aderoju, Senior Regional Overseer, and other anointed men of God. Come fasting with a bottle of oil. Jesus is Lord.
ṣé yìnyín kẹ́ni ṣèmí ìyẹn ló ṣokùnfà ẹgbẹ́ ọpẹ́ tí gbogbo ọmọ bíbí olùgbé ará ọ̀rẹ́ ojúlùmọ̀ àwọn olóyè àtòrí adé kábíyèsí ọba Samuel Olúdélé Abíọ́dún Fọlárìn ọlọ́lọ́run dá àti ọlọ́run dá àbá pàtẹ láti fẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí gómìnà wa oníwà tútù bí àdàbà àfòbìlẹ̀ ìwà ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ tó kọ ìjọba ìrọ̀rùn nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ jagunmólú ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ẹnjiníà Olúwaṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé fún àṣeyọrí àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí sísọ òpópónà ìdí àpẹ́ àkóbọ̀ ojú irin Òdògbó barracks ọlọ́run dá àbá di oníbejì tó gbàràdá pẹ̀lú iná àrọ̀láwà tó ń tàn mọ́lẹ̀ yòó talẹ́tòrú gànjọ́ dàfẹ́ mọ́jú. Your Excellency, sir, you are the game changer, seamlessly redefining governance for posterity in Oyo State. Gómìnà wa Sọ̀lúdẹ̀rọ̀ gbogbo èèyàn lọ́ndà àbá àti agbègbè rẹ̀ kò ní gbàgbé yín láéláé. His Royal Highness Ọba Samuel Olúdélé Abíọ́dún Fọlárìn of Ọlọ́ndà àbá remains profoundly grateful for this legacy project. Thank you, sir.
TG the Hitmaker.
As a welcome back from that commercial break, you are still on to Sportit Bit on Oluyole FM. And I will tell you that happenings at the 2025 World Cup, Africa's last representative, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, has crashed out. Africa's participation at the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup has officially come to an end following the elimination of South Africa's Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns, known for their attractive Brazilian-inspired style of play, carried the continent's last hope after withered Casablanca, Al Ahly and Esperance of Tunis had bowed out. The South African champions began their campaign on a bright note with a 1-0 victory over South Korea's Uslan HD. However, a thrilling 4-3 loss to Borussia Dortmund left their qualification hopes hanging by a thread. Despite delivering a commendable performance and holding South American champions Fluminense to a goalless draw, Sundowns' efforts were not enough. They concluded the group stage with 4 points, finishing third in Group F behind Fluminense and Dortmund, and fell short of advancing to the round of 16. marking the end of Africa's run in the competition. Still talking about the Club World Cup, I will tell you that the Club World Cup may have had a lukewarm reception in some parts during the group stages, but Manchester City did the best to rekindle interest with a statement victory over Juventus. City's sizzling performance in the sweltering heat of Orlando ensured the 5-2 hammering of their Italian opponents and making it a flawless record in Group G, allowing them to finish top of the standings. Pep Guardiola's men dominated the contest from start to finish, brushing off a downpour during the first half to lay down a maker in the tournament.
TG the Hitmaker.
In other results, Inter Milan defeated River Plate with 2-0. Monterrey walloped Real Diamonds with 4-0. Manchester City hammered Juventus with 5-2, while Al Ain defeated Wydad Casablanca with 2-1. Al Hilal also defeated Pachuca with 2-0, while Real Madrid hammered FC Salzburg with 3-0. Still on Club World Cup, Real Madrid manager Xabi Alonso has hailed Arda Güler and Fede Valverde following his side's FIFA Club World Cup final group stage game against RB Salzburg. Alonso said both players gave the Los Blancos control, especially in the first half of the encounter against Salzburg. 3 goals from Vinicius Jr., Valverde and Gonzalo Garcia gave Madrid a 3-0 victory against the Austrian club. The result against Salzburg leaves Real Madrid top of Group H with 7 points from 3 games. Real Madrid will now face Juventus in the round of 16 encounter on Tuesday.
Yes, and away from there, we'll tell you that UEFA executives will decide Palace's Europa League fate later on today. UEFA executive will meet today to decide whether Crystal Palace will be allowed to play in next season's Europa League. The Eagles won the FA Cup to qualify for Europe for the first time in their history, but UEFA must decide if they have breached its multi-club ownership rules. The expectation is that the outcome of the hearing will be announced by this evening. Palace are under threat of losing their spot in Europe on the basis of Textor's involvement at the club. UEFA had been considering whether Palace breached its multi-club ownership rules, which bars linked clubs from competing in the same European competition. Textor has a stake in French club Lyon, who also qualified for the Europa League. Palace insisted Textor has no significant control at Palace despite his shareholding at the club. There was further twist this week when Lyon suffered relegation into League 2 because of their poor financial state, which could prevent the French side from playing in Europe altogether.
So from UEFA, we go to the camp of Liverpool. Liverpool have taken their summer spending to about £270 million with the signing of left-back Melos Karkes from Bournemouth in a deal worth £40 million. The 21-year-old Hungary international has signed a 5-year contract with the Reds. Karkes is Liverpool's third major signing of the transfer window, following the arrival of attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz and right-back Jermaine Frimpong, both for Bayer Leverkusen. Liverpool paid a club record £160 million, made up of an initial £100 million and a further £16 million in potential add-ons for German international Wirtz and £29.5 million for Dutchman Frimpong. Hungary under-21 keeper Amin Perksi has arrived at Anfield for a fee of up to £1.5 billion.
And Mbappe's long-standing legal battle with PSG just took a whole new twist as Kylian Mbappe's legal team has lodged a criminal complaint in Paris against an unnamed PSG official alleging extortion and moral harassment. The accusation centers on how the Real Madrid star was sidelined to a so-called loft zone in summer 2023, a squad of French players intending to pressure him into signing a contract extension. The France superstar forward contends that his forced isolation was coercive and unlawful. French Labour Union and UNFP previously condemned such loft tactics as illegal pressure. 2 investigative judges have since been appointed to determine whether this treatment amounts to criminal misconduct. And finally, before we go this morning, we tell you that Christy Coventry, the new president of the International Olympic Committee, says its members have shown overwhelming support to protecting the female category in sport. At her first new conference since taking over the role earlier this week, the Zimbabwean revealed a working group on the issue made of experts and international federations will ensure that they find consensus. The IOC has previously left gender regulations to governing bodies of individual sports rather than applying a universal approach. But having become the first woman to hold the IOC presidency, 41-year-old Coventry said its members now wanted to develop a policy to come up with cohesion. And with that, we'll come to the stories making round in the world of sports. My name is Bukola Owolabi Akinloye, and from Yinka.
Yeah, I'll say thank you for listening to us. Thank you so very, very much.
Yes, we wish you happy Islamic holiday. Good morning.
Lóṣù kẹfà Ọlọ́run tó pe prophet and evangelist Ọlárẹ̀wájú Ọlọ́runtóba fẹ́ yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo èèyàn sílẹ̀kùn ìyanu tó ṣòro gbàgbọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ Wednesday 25 the Friday 27th June in the name of Jesus Christ. Lórúkọ Jésù gbogbo ẹni tó bá farahàn ló máa dòmìnira gba ìkólọ ọjọ́ pípẹ́ gbogbo padà nípasẹ̀ fi Ọlọ́run lórí ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ìránṣẹ́. Bọ́sí Adéwà pẹ̀lú Christ the Fire Glorious Voices ó máa kọrin ẹ̀mí nígbà tí wòlíì àtàjẹ́ rere Ọlárẹ̀wájú Ọlọ́runtóba bá ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú orúkọ Jésù tí ẹ̀rí sí ń farahàn lójú ẹsẹ̀. Láago mọ́kànlá alẹ́ lọ́jọ́ Wednesday 25, Thursday 26 àti Friday 27th June láti máa ṣọ̀run ọjà tó bá sì jẹ́ àbùdá express. Ẹ̀sọ́ fún ọlọ́kadà pé Christ the Fire Prayer Ministry Miracle Center tó bẹ lọ́rọ̀ mọ́lẹ́ lọ́wọ́ fọ́nrán lọ́wọ́ àdúrà 0053295194. Lórúkọ Jésù ní kọ́tà yìí ọ̀pọ̀ ìṣòro gbogbo ló máa dín pẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀.
Hello, parents and guardians who want a brighter future for their children. Henry Alex Dudu Yemi Memorial College, AMEC, Ife Ibadan Express Road, Ajibamidele Ile-Ife is the answer. AMEC represented Nigeria at the Pan-African Robotic Competition that took place in Dakar, July 2024, and we became third in the competition by the virtue of this winning in the Tech League of the competition in Senegal. Henry Alex Dudu Yemi Memorial College had also represented Nigeria and Africa in just concluded World Vex Texas Robotic Championship that took place in Dallas, Texas, USA this year and became victorious. The only school in Nigeria among the 8 schools that participated in this competition in Africa. And a lot of academic excellence that made us stand out. So register your words today at Henry Alex Utuyemi Memorial College, Ile-Ife, for better, sound and quality education in a serene environment with qualified teachers. For more information, contact us on 08062271356 or 08034418807. AMEC, for better quality education and high moral standards.
Champion standard.
ọ̀pọ̀ ti sún ó ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ rí bó ṣe wá mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. fẹ́ni tó ti gbọ́ kó sọ fẹ́ni tí ò gbọ́ o. PCOS bàbá wa làgbà adìẹ. ẹṣin tó ṣíwájú ó ti gbà pò kíní náà. tó bá fẹ́ polówó ọjà kájé bùgbàjẹ́. kàn sí wa ní room 2 tó fi dé room 6 commercial department PCOS ilé akéde. ẹ wúra wọ PCOS ọpọ́n ti sún ó fakọyọ ó tún clear gan. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sún wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. àní right now PCOS ọpọ́n ti sún ó fakọyọ ó tún clean gan. nísẹ̀yìn PCOS ọpọ́n ti sún wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere. gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ tiwa lólúyọ̀lé 88.5 Ajílété 92.1 lókè ògùn 96.3 FM gbogbo yín pátá la kí àti ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ bá wa dòwò pọ̀ oṣù ọ̀ ẹ máa rí tajé ṣe o TS Charity ẹ wòrà wò yí o. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn ó fakọyọ ó tún clean gan. PCOS ọpọ́n ti sùn o wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ ó tún mọ́lẹ̀ kedere.
ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èní o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lùkọ́ yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́n ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Oluyole FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Òkè Ògùn FM tó wà lálága ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó kún kẹ́kẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. ẹ máa gbọ́ nínú ilé nínú mọ́tò tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ ìléwọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà. abẹ́pẹ́rẹ́sì ó tún ti yá ká tún jọgbọ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn rẹ̀ o. ojúmọ́ bá ti mọ́ ọ̀yẹ́ máa ń la o ọ̀yẹ́ tó la lónìí o ọ̀yẹ́ ire ni ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí o ojúmọ́ aláyọ̀ èní o ìròyìn lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ màlá tó ti gbé dé ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìròyìn kárí ayé màlẹ́lẹ́yìn o ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà etí ni ó lè jò ń lò fọ́nrán ìní tó lùkọ́ yìí ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ẹ̀tẹ́ tí balẹ̀ jẹ́ ká tún jọgbọ́n ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà ìkànnì tó gbajúgbajà Oluyole FM ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà Ajílété FM ẹ tún máa gbọ́ wa lásìkò kan náà ẹlẹ́tì ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn.
elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ìròyìn tó gbajúgbajà àtúntìdé ò gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà ọba Ìdùmarè tó tún mú wa wá sórí ètò lénìí tá a sì tún bá ẹ̀yin náà láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà àwọn òróǹ fáyọ̀ bí òṣọpẹ́ ọpẹ́ náà ni ó máa jẹ́ tiwa lọ́jọ́ gbogbo àti nígbà gbogbo a kó ojúmọ́ níbi gbogbo tí ẹ ti ń láǹfààní láti máa gbọ́ wa lórí ètò yín ètò wa ètò elétí ọ̀fẹ́ ẹ má gbàgbé pé gbogbo àwọn ìkànnì tá a ti máa ń gbádùn